now I'm in Mauritius, this beautiful island in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and it's a majority Indian population of something like 85% and majority Hindu population. One of the most loved gods in the Hindu pantheon is Ganesha. And I mean, if you just ask any Hindu person who is Ganesha and why do you pray to him or make sacrifices and offerings, what is it about? And then they tell you that
Ganesha is a lot of wisdom and he's god of knowledge also.
so he's this big man with the head of an elephant. And so if you think about it, the strongest, biggest animal in the world is the best to remove obstacles out of your path. It's a symbolic representation, but there's so much more to it. I mean, it's all about symbolism. So let's look at the symbolism.
It's a symbol of intelligence. So we pray him for our kid. So our kid learns more and reaches a goal. We tell it that it's a Vignaharta. So Vigna means the obstacle, and he removes the obstacle from our side.
Ganesha is the remover of obstacles or difficulties, and he represents wisdom. To understand what it means, we have to look at the symbolism and what he's holding in his hands. So in the one hand, he holds a length of rope, which is what they use to train baby elephants. They tie the rope around the leg. And when they're really small, they can't escape. But as they grow older and bigger and stronger, they're conditioned to believe that they can't break free. And then in the other hand, he holds a prod or goad, which is the sharp object that they use to poke the elephant to inflict pain, to punish them for bad behavior or for not being obedient. Then in the other hand, he's got a piece of his broken off tusk, and on the other hand, he's holding a bowl of sweets, a treat, which is for a reward for good behavior or obedience. Around 4,000 years ago, people started domesticating the elephant, this mighty wild beast of the forest in India. And how did they do it? So Ganesha is a depiction, a representation of how people trained, conditioned, programmed a mighty wild beast like the elephant, and so that's why he's got this head of an elephant, so it's not just this pagan, animistic, animal worshipping thing. It's not about that. It's far more sophisticated and nuanced than that. Reinforced conditioning, so reward and punishment behavior. It's only in the last century that people have begun really studying behaviorism, and reward and punishment we find are the core of conditioning. Reward and punishment is such an essential part of not just religion but life. It's in the way our parents raise us from the very beginning of life, rewarding and punishing good and bad behavior. And in school, our teachers do the same, and the whole education system and our working life. But it's also the core of religion. Religion's God rewards good behavior and punishes bad behavior. And it's also in the body, because these pleasures and pains that we have motivate us to do things that are good for us or that are pro-survival. So going back to the tribal shamanic hunter-gatherer people and how they would invoke the spirit of the predator and invoke the spirit of the fertility goddess, and then especially in the classical Egyptian civilization, you see many of these therianthropic figures, the body of a human with the head of an animal. Ganesha, the head of an elephant, is a similar invoking of the spirit, but representing the phenomenon of reward and punishment conditioning. what's it like to look at this representation of the principles of conditioning, the factors, the forces of reward and punishment conditioning, to have that work into your religious and spiritual system.